So we got Paul's story. We don't want to hear Paul's story then?
I mean, you can summarize it if you can.
Yeah, summarize the shit out of that. What, did I take too long?
Grew up bullied. wanted to be a ninja.
Yeah.
Obviously wasn't. Did the whole Taekwondo black belt thing. Still got beat up because
That doesn't work in the
it doesn't
streets?
work. Well,
I don't know. Never done Taekwondo.
well, it's one of those weird things.
But you can't use katas in a fight?
No, no. And the thing with punching and kicking, it's like you go from. It depends on the level of bullying, right? So at what point do I ramp this up to 100 and just punch or kick somebody in the face?
I think that's first thing.
I should have done that the first thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, I would have had a lot less trouble if I just went.
Because I've seen some karate guys get in fights, and they kick real quick, and it's over.
Yeah. Anyway, it just I wasn't the type of person to want to fight.
Okay.
Or get into it. I wanted to be able to, but I wasn't that guy.
That's interesting to me.
Yes.
Like, why would you train in a fight?
I had delusions of grandeur is what that was.
No, you got to be like me, weigh like 120 pounds and try to start fights with people and lose them. Because I was good at that shit.
Nope, I was always...
Don't do that either.
I was always shy.
It's not a good move.
Reclusive. Like, it just wasn't... I don't know. It was weird.
And I've always wondered, how in the fuck are you reclusive? Because your dad not the same as he is now? And your mom's super fucking friendly.
No, they're... My dad's interesting. Like, everybody loves my dad.
I love your dad.
Oh, yeah,
I like him more than you.
He's just a great guy. So I'm not sure what happened to me.
Seriously. And it's not a knock on you. Yeah. It's just your mom is a freaking sweetheart.
So, I mean, obviously...
She's quieter, though. She is quieter.
Yeah, obviously things have changed since I've, grown up.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it just...
Wasn't the same.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Well, neither was my father. Right. My father was an utter dick.
Yeah.
That's also his name.
That's also his name. Wait, that's
but
his name,
but
bro.
he was. He just went through his own time. So I get that because now my dad is like a saint of some type. I think at this point.
But yeah, I don't know. I went through after the whole high school thing. I got married real quick. Went through a divorce. Didn't like. So my
that chick was awesome.
My coping mechanism for divorce is when I started getting into the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into bodybuilding, powerlifting, and all that kind of fun stuff.
But
because I did the karate and stuff, I got into a group at work, and the guy
the basement shit.
Yeah, so the guy introduced me to jiu-jitsu because he was a zero-stripe white belt and was trying to teach me jiu-jitsu out of my basement, which worked out splendidly.
Well, it was like 12 years old to the day, so it makes sense.
Exactly. So through that, I got suckered into a cage fight.
That's online if anyone wants to see it.
It's online. We did a breakdown.
It's right down there.
So I was too much of a coward to say, no, I don't really want to do that. I was
Isn't that funny how that works?
When I said I would do it and somebody signed me up. But lucky enough, I won. And then I thought,
yeah,
of
you
course,
broke that son of a bitch with your face.
So here's hey, yeah, it worked. Okay.
That's
so
a move.
Here's the thing. So I went from no self-esteem is not the word. Confidence, yeah. So I didn't have any confidence in my ability to actually fight. Like if you and I in the basement, like I could beat up some friends, but we weren't trying to hurt each other. So
okay, fair enough. Yeah, so you really don't know how it applies.
But in a real fight, I was always scared. Well, now I kind of got my hand forced because I was too much of a coward to say no.
Gotcha.
And be that guy. So I'll just go through it and let the chips fall where it may. And I did, and I won.
Yeah,
so then
you're braver than most to be able to do that. I would never do that shit.
So my confidence went from to way too much. So we have
pictures.
I overcorrected.
I understand.
Yes, I way overcorrected on the confidence issue. So so not proud. But so eventually I'm like, I'm gonna win all these jiu-jitsu tournaments, and I was going to be a cage fighter because I won one. I'm like, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
And I joined my jiu-jitsu class because I'm going to be a fighter.
Yes.
And realized the first half of the first class that I, in fact, could not fight at all.
Even a little people bit. Half your size were beating your ass. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. People of
the best part about it is a girl. I hate saying that because I get in trouble every time. It's just that's what I call my girls, and that includes my wife. But a woman beat your ass.
Yeah.
So if I ever say girl, I apologize. That's what I call my family.
Well,
but a woman beat your ass, and that really changed you, didn't it?
So the woman that beat my ass, and she was a young lady.
She was only like a blue belt, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was mid-level blue, I want to say. I forget exactly, but she was very young. 20, give or take, I forget. She's actually the one that made me go, holy crap, I need to know this.
Yeah.
Because this is a person that she was very small, and I could throw her like a football.
Yeah.
Like she weighed nothing. She was very slight.
Yes.
But anytime my arms got a little past touching my chest or like in,
you're done.
And I didn't know.
Yeah,
like,
it was
she
over.
used to go home.
Yeah.
And I'm getting choked by my own clothes. I'm getting choked by her clothes. I'm getting,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I couldn't stop.
And it was a blue
anything.
belt.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It was a smaller blue belt. And I think that's one thing. I just want to throw this out there because it popped in my head. That's one thing if everybody could do and just mention the size of the person and the rank of it, not what their sexual orientation is.
Orientation.
Whatever you call it. I don't know. I don't know. That would be not right. But we're going to go with it. But no, you see my point because it would be so much better because I'm trying to do that when I talk to my daughters about things. Because especially with jiu-jitsu, I'm like, well, yeah, they were just a smaller person. Well, was it a girl? Doesn't matter. It's just if you're smaller. If you're smaller or bigger, doesn't matter. It just, there you go.
So for a young, stupid, uncultured swine such as myself when I started jiu-jitsu, right? And a lot of us are. It's just facts. Like it took that for me to go, oh my God, it's the technique and it's the knowledge.
Yeah. It's not the power.
It's not. I couldn't justify. Well, he probably works out, or because they felt strong.
It's funny how many people use that. Oh, they're bigger than me. They're stronger than me.
Well,
It's
not
like,
only that. So I was big and strong compared to 75% of the people in there. I was bigger than, and I assumed stronger than because I was into the whole lifting thing. And when they were beating me, I'm like, how are they this strong? Because what was technique and frames and leverage, to me, not knowing any better, it felt like immense strength. But when she beat me up, and she's just a bubbly, happy-go-lucky, I'm like,
person,
it wasn't strength.
No,
like
technique.
Because there's small people that are power lifters. There's people that wrestle all their life.
No doubt about that.
I'd be like, all right, maybe I'm not as strong as I think I am, but in this case, I'm like, no, it was knowledge that kicked my ass.
Yeah.
It wasn't strength or athleticism or size or any of that. I'm like, oh. So that was kind of what got me through that. Now, that being said, I had my eyes open, but I was still like the douchebag for...
Yeah, like the can opener king. I got you.
Yeah. So I just think it took maturity and old age and having kids and going through life.
This is the longest stretch that you've had jiu-jitsu in your life.
Yeah.
Out of the 12 years to the day. This is the longest stretch you've had.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.